I can honestly say that Dr. Mohebi and his team are performing state-of-the-art hair transplant surgery. Not only is the facility state-of-the-art, but the tools that Dr. Mohebi uses is state-of-the-art, and also the technique. And when we recommend surgeons, we don't like to just blindly recommend surgeons. We recommend surgeons based on what we view. So our criteria of consistent, excellent patient results. And I can truly say that Dr. Mohebi is performing state-of-the-art hair transplant surgery, and I would recommend him to anybody that wants to have a hair transplant. So I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of highlights from my visit. Here you go.
So we're done with the site making, anesthesia first and then site making, and now what we're going to do, we're going to put patient in a side position and start extracting grafts as we are placing them. So as you can see, extraction starts, and only a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes after that, when we have the first few grafts counted and sorted, we start placing them. And 4 people will be constantly working on the patients. We call this simultaneous extraction and placement. It allows the grafts to sit out of the body for a very minimum time and helps the survival of the grafts.
Now that we saw the highlights of the visit, I'm going to be showing you guys Dr. Mohebi's explanation for the tool he uses, which is the 𝘍𝘸𝘸 system. So it's a hot topic issue on the forums and just in the hair loss community in general in regards to what is the best tool for FUE. Some say that it's manual tools, others say that you know, obviously micro motor devices are not as good, but I truly feel that it's dependent on the person using it, and I'm going to show you what Dr. Mohebi said about that tool.
We're using 𝘍𝘸𝘸 system that is also called multi-phasic system that allows us to remove grafts in phases. So basically, I set up my indicators here, so we put the number 2000 here that we have to harvest, and it will go to the counter going down. This shows the number of harvest attempts in each pass of extraction that I go multiple passes sometimes. I change my setting here. It can go between rotation, vibration, oscillation, and Mombus mode. So in this case, I want to put on rotation. I want to start with 90% power, and I put it on 100 millisecond of speed. The second mode, I put it on, again, I can choose different modes. I start with oscillation first, and then I put it on 120 arch. So oscillation goes back and forth 120. These are very important to how to set up the system. And put it on Smart React. So that will help me to not be able to use pedal and extract grafts easily.
Well, there you guys have it. Those are the highlights. And that's Dr. Mohebi talking about the extraction device called the 𝘸𝘸𝘸𝘸 system, which I will link an article that I wrote in the description box in case anybody wants to know a little bit more about the 𝘸𝘸𝘸𝘸 system. The reason why the Hair Transplant Network goes to these clinics is to really understand how the doctors are performing surgery and also make sure that the doctors are performing surgery to our standards. So we have very high standards at the Hair Transplant Network, and several doctors apply, but only a few actually pass the overall test, so to speak. So I would recommend Dr. Mohebi's office to anybody that's considering a hair transplant surgery, and if you're in the Los Angeles area, even better. Definitely go ahead and give them a call and schedule a consultation. And I will go ahead and also link how we recommend surgeons in the description box as well, so you guys can see our process and what we're looking at when we're recommending surgeons, because our recommendations stand for something. And if I wouldn't go to a hair transplant surgeon or anybody else, I wouldn't recommend them, then we're not going to recommend that surgeon as a Hair Transplant Network surgeon.